Thanks, Nia. Going to our final speaker on simulation cases from Poland. Greg, you bring a case on one of the large corporate banking customers. So please, the floor is yours for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, I will try to be short. I will tell the story basically of the transform journey using the transform simulation as a parallel for my experience with the experience also with the transform simulation. So let me start with how was the 2021, and it was like a roller coaster, like it is also in every simulation we see in the strategy tools. So there's a lot of excitement, but it's also fear, new experiences. We experience a lot of unexpected things, change of direction, but at the end also some fun. So as I said, let me tell the story using the transform roller coaster. So some of you know the transform simulation. If not, so this is the main board for the simulation. So let's start with my company card, which I started in January 2021. So I'm running the consultancy named Lidium Consulting, and since 2016, delivering mainly the WarGaming workshops. And in 2019 and 20, which we know was quite hectic, there were quite some different unsuccessful endeavors. And I, as a founder, decided to expand service portfolio. So my task for this transformation was to transform Lidium Consulting from the one product service provider to a modern strategy solution provider. So, so this is more or less how my strategy intro looked at the beginning of the year, last year. So as I said, one product service, mainly a lot of skewed towards one services type. So I said, okay, I need to change something. And first of all, my ambition was to become more trusted strategy solution provider and develop new services that could be growing my portfolio. So we could roll the dice, and I was very lucky because in January I got the 2 Booost cards. So one was the strategy tools global coach training, which it was the introduction for me to the strategy tools world. And as a follow-up, I did the building transformation company. So we know that the Boom cards giving some benefits. So from, let's say, the early signals, I could read a lot in the BTC handbook, but also I got the innovation cards from this book, second Boom cards. I don't know what is this for, but I could see that I could explore strategy tools and build my portfolio. So far I had two things, but of course in the meantime the business as usual. So doing this what I was doing, and we have March 2021 when I received this email, and I want to stress here 2 things. So one was the question, okay, in my main area of expertise. So there was a company approaching to me, it was the Polish leading bank, asking, listen, we would like to run the WarGaming simulation, can you do it for us? But what was interesting, it was not coming from somebody from strategy, but it was coming from the HR. Interesting. So we had some discussions with this stakeholder, with the sponsor of the project, and we realized that, okay, they want to build a better strategic thinking capacity within the team of the department of the bank. And they want to stimulate, have a fresh view on the market, understand interdependence and also synergies within the organization, and of course, the strengthen cooperation integration. So the WarGaming was not actually something that was giving the commercial value, but it was more for the development of the team. but I believe that also we could deliver the commercial value. So I prepared the proposal. We don't go into the detail, but the proposal was approved. So we were starting the rolling the project. One indication, you could see that I injected already in the proposal some elements, industry shifts map as an element to build a business context so people can better understand what's going on in the industry. So I used already some assets from the strategy tools in that proposal. But it is how it is like in the transform simulation. In July, I got the bust card. So my bust card was, well, your business model can deliver. In the middle of your project engagement with a very valuable prospect, both parties realize it cannot be done. If you don't have explored business model, you lose the customer and you lose 30% of your output on your core. Sounds familiar. And actually, I found also in the boost cards, this is exactly more or less the same boost card in the simulation. So I had to pivot. And I have some cards in hand, right? You remember at the beginning, I had the boost cards. So I could partner, I could develop. So my next step was this email. I sent an email to Chris. I explained what's going on, that I have a client, what's the objective, what they want to get, and perhaps we can design something together. So Chris was very, very responsive. Say, yeah, we can do it. I realized that later on it was difficult to manage because Chris is very, very busy. But we constructed the proposal. And here I want to mention also that at the time, the Duke University program was a good, strong selling argument also. So it was also something that helped to convince the client. And as you see, the objectives were more or less the same. So we could deliver on objectives, but basically pivoting the service. So how we designed, we offered the transform simulation session, which was built in the 3 days and a half day session, remote session. We offered that it won't be in the banking industry, but we will use energy industry, which is still relevant for the client because as a corporate bank, they were quite heavily involved also in the all industry shifts, also including the energy. So it was relevant for them as well. So transform simulation and how did it go? So we started with 6 teams at the first round. Very friendly environment, sharing boom cards, and as expected, very much focused on the cash making abilities. On the second day, they cracked the code, and the offsite sessions helped a lot. And for the bankers, it was easy to leverage debt, so it was easy for them. And that's why the M&A activity started very quickly. It clarified a lot, but also built a lot of complexity. And also on the learning curve, the activist investor letter, which was sent towards the end of second day, it was very good for them to put everything together. Actually, they were so much involved that they were working during the afternoon and evening to prepare the proposal for the answer. Last day, I want to mention that it was by purpose. Only within this all sessions, only 2 hours were the debrief session when we focused on the business, where we used the industry shifts map and also the transformation company index that clarified their readiness and the organization. And it was by purpose because they could see relevance, but also could see how much they have to do yet. And it's something that we hope will be something that we could take on. So this is aftermath. A lot of things happened. So you see on the right side, it's usually have 3 drop zones. It's only 1 drop zone. This is the portfolio they have built, and the winning company was among building the company to about 77 billion value. So feedback, of course, great workshop, but they see that they have to abandon tunnel vision. of course, everyday multitasking is nothing to what we did here, and good lesson. And they have to be very fast in changing environment. So it was really something that checked them up, as we also wanted through the objectives. And we asked them how you are ready for the transformation. And you could see that they started thinking about investing in the capabilities, investing in the innovation, build the funds, venture capital. They started talking about it. So it was 2 hours, but already a lot of new ideas. So my key takeaways, you have to really run a lot of simulations to master the transform simulation. That's for sure. As it was also said in the past, you have to be prepared for different scenarios to steer the process, because during the simulation, a lot of things had changed. And you have to be prepared and maneuver within. It was also especially, I mean, for me, a big appreciation that even between the sessions, between one day and another one, Chris with his team has managed to build a new cards that were relevant for the session. Having 3 co-facilitators is a must-have for such big group and so big complexity. So having Chris and Enrico on the project was a key success factor. And that's why I'm saying don't be shy to ask for help and engage from the ST network. And the transform simulation, this is, I think, the biggest takeaway, is a great tool to initiate the strategic transformation in the organization. And last but not least, I want to mention that behind the scenes, we also have 2 other persons, Adelina and Jolene, who are helping a lot. So big credit also to you for that. So what next? Well, I expect the same. It will be a roller coaster, same excitement, a lot of unexpected. But now I think that also with the strategy tools. So thank you very much.